Hi everyone, this is a quick guide to solo farming Bruegal Ironknuckle as a rogue for the upcoming WoW Classic Season of Discovery. Bruegal Ironknuckle is a level 26 rare that has a chance to spawn in the Storm and Stockades. Bruegal is the only boss within the Stockades that has any notable loot. Particularly for a rogue, there are two weapons that could be of use in the first phase of Season of Discovery. The Prison Shank, a rare dagger with 1.8 speed and 5 agility 2 stamina, plus the Iron Knuckles, a fist weapon with 1.7 speed and a chance on hit effect to interrupt spellcasting for 5 seconds. Bruegal has 2250 health and is accompanied by 3 various elite Defias mobs that can range from level 23 to 26 in his room. Before you enter the instance, you want to create a macro to target Bruegal that you can easily press to check if he has spawned. Once you enter the instance, stealth and walk down past the bottom of the stairs pressing the macro. This is far enough to pick up if you have Bruegal in your instance, so if he does not show up in your target list, you will need to exit the instance and reset to try again. Since he is rare, his spawn rate is very sporadic. I did not encounter Bruegal until my 24th reset, but after that I encountered him on my 26th, 27th, 31st and 36th reset. Remember, you can only do 5 instances an hour, so if you're unlucky it can take some time. When stealthing to Bruegal, watch out for the level 25 and 26 mobs who can spot you if you get too close, and use distract as needed. Bruegal Ironknuckle himself is a fairly easy fight as he possesses no special abilities and is a simple tank and spank. The part that can be tricky is managing the Defias in his room, doing enough DPS before getting overrun, and simply being lucky with what mobs spawned in the room. Bruegal can spawn in 8 different rooms, which can each have various mob configurations. In my first encounter, the mobs are quite densely packed together. The strategy I used was to go into the corner and pull the right side mob with my thrown weapon, though body pulling also works. He social aggroes another mob, but with evasion and a healing potion, you will be able to take him out and vanish to reset and wait for cooldowns. Next, pull the mob you vanished away from previously. Again, you are just burning it down and resetting for cooldowns. Finally, you want to distract both Bruegal and the remaining mobs so they don't spot you in stealth. Once your energy generates back to 100, sap the guard mob and burn down Bruegal. Remember to keep slice and dice up as much as possible and a healing pot if you need it. I generally save evasion for when or if the other mob wakes up from sap, but in the first kill I used it at the start of the fight. Once Bruegal gets to 15% health, he will start to flee like all humanoids and can pull other mobs if you're unlucky. Ideally try and loot Bruegal before you vanish, but remember you will need to accept the warning prompt that the item will bind to you. Now in terms of gear, this is what I had when I killed Bruegal for the first time. Most of it should be achievable by level 25, but my main hand, the Diamond Hammer, is a bit stronger than what I'd expect someone to have when they start trying to farm this for the first time. So I went back to the AH and bought a second Battle Smasher hammer. This is a level 20 hammer with 12.3 DPS. It's fairly easy to get something comparable to this while questing, and I was able to kill Bruegal with 2 of these hammers. For talents, I just went with combat spec. My reasoning here was I felt that these gave me the best single target damage and survivability at this level. Note that Bruegal does not wield a weapon, so you do not benefit from the disarm effect on riposte. The worst possibility I encountered was a level 26 Insurgent next to Bruegal. The Insurgent would often wake up before the full sap duration and could crit for over 200. They also have a battle/demo shout ability that will buff Bruegal and cause you to do less damage. You should be aware that after about 30 minutes, mobs will begin to respawn in the stockades, so if you die often or need to reset multiple times, you may need to re-clear the room. In all runs, I was able to kill Bruegal eventually with essentially the same strategy. In some rooms I was able to single pull the Defias mobs, while others needed to be dual pulled and tanked with evasion. In the higher level rooms, I found sapping one mob and letting the second social aggro worked better as the damage could get quite high, especially when fighting the insurgents. As stated before, there are a few different combinations of mobs that can spawn with Bruegal, as he has 8 different rooms he can be in. Generally I found if Bruegal spawns on the left wing of the dungeon, you're going to have an easier time, while the right side means you can spawn with higher level Defias convicts and insurgents. On my first Bruegal kill I hit 44 DPS, which would put the fight at just over 50 seconds. On my last kill with the insurgent I hit 54 DPS for a fight time of almost 42 seconds. This shows that killing Bruegal can be luck dependent, but I would put 40 DPS as the minimum you need to do with around 900 HP and a potion. There are some items that are easily available that can help you greatly with killing Bruegal. At a minimum, you will need to get as many health potions as you can. I recommend at least the level 12 ones. These can be found at various vendors, crafted by alchemists, or even have a chance to drop from the Defias in the dungeon and from the lot boxes you can pickpocket from them. Any food buffs that provide stamina are amazing. Thistle tea, which you get from the level 20 rogue quest, bag of marbles from Goldshire, alchemy potions, and even buffs from other players like Fortitude and Muck of the Wild. One thing I didn't test was magic dust. This is another option to help crowd control the Defias in the room if you're having a lot of trouble with damage. Just outside the instance is a vendor named Ada Gilroy who sells level 1 and 2 scrolls very cheap. I recommend buying all of these, even the intellect scrolls if your weapon skill isn't maxed out yet. A quick point on skills, since Bruegal is level 26 you will miss attacks on him often. If you can max out your weapon and defense skills, this can help greatly when fighting him. In the end, I only killed Bruegal 5 times as I ended up getting all the items I wanted. He dropped the Jimmied handcuffs and iron knuckles twice and the prison shank once. One last thing to note is the Defias can be pickpocketed for battered jump boxes. These jump boxes have a chance to drop various patterns, gems, rings, as well as healing potions. There is also locked and unlocked chests that spawn in the instance that can drop excellent BOE rares. If you're already farming Bruegal and he is near a chest spawn, it can be a nice bonus.